Hi YouTube, Woody Wood Prepper here. I've been having a few people ask me why I haven't done videos. I haven't been out and about. The last time I went out just to enjoy it. So I decided to bring you up here to my workshop and show you what I've been doing. So I'm still masked up because obviously, as I said before, I'm too ugly and I don't want to frighten you. But I'll show you around. Right, a couple of me mates wanted some squirrel cookers, so as you can see I've been sort of squirrel cooking mad. There's a few people I know that want them, but I've done a few extras just in case. Where we're going, you can't have a fire on the floor, so I've designed some fire trays. I'm just in the way of designing the cooking plates to go on top of it there. There's one there that's sort of up on its legs. Crap at videoing, but never mind, you'll get used to it. But I'll just take you for, oh that's right, yeah. There's one of the tripods. I'll show you more when I get to it. But as per usual, look at me, nice and tidy workshop. I needed a forge to do the twists and the bends. Had a look around and I came up with this, very similar to what the lads done before. So I'll get him fired up and show you him working, but it's not perfect, but it does the job. It does all the bends. A couple of pokers I've made. Put some bends in the top, they're going to be painted yet. Nice rake hook at the bottom. But I'll put the camera back on the stand and then I can give you a couple of demonstrations of what I have done. Catch you in a bit. Put you back on for a minute. Commercial benders, I can't get on with them. Don't get me wrong, they're good for what they are. But I adapt so I can make my own benders to put the loops in. I've done a couple of different ones. That was my first attempt, worked. But it's not exactly the most stablest of things. Second attempt, a couple of old head bolts, one cut down short. I used a plasma cutter, which is that one down there, to cut through to put me bolts, and now I can use the spacers for the size rings I want. This is one of the pokers that I did on here, and as you can see, he's a neuron fit once I get him close and then I tap him closed. I've just fired up the forge. Basically, it's just a gas gun, eBay special. There you go. Basically, gas gun, eBay special. All drilled through one block. They're supposed to be thermalite blocks. I couldn't get the proper thermalite blocks, but these have got a thermalite capacity, so they don't explode on you. And I just run it from a gas bottle. More adapters. I'm just building the grills now. These are gravity cookers. More will come apart later if I remember. But in the process of making these, this is the one small cooker. Hang on, that's it. You put the bars will all come separate. Put the bars in, like so, positioning them. And then you sit in between them. Not perfect by any means, but at least you can cook on it. Other things I've done are gravity cookers. Let's take these in. I'm converting them from round bar to square due to the fact I find them. The idea of the gravity cooker is you knock a pole in. I've only been able to go in so deep because it's in the middle of a concrete unit. Then literally slide on, let go, and that'll hold. Frying pan with a drop of water in it just to give it a bit. And as you can see, that holds it up nicely. I've got to make two little bars so you can actually pick it up and move it up and down when it's hot. You just let it go and it holds it. This one you can knock the post in by the fire, in the fire, or wherever you want it. And on top of that, You've also got, hang on a minute, I've got to find the kettle holder now. There's one, that'll do. Well, as I said, if you, where's it going, that way? And then you can put your kettle, which is what I've got hanging on that one at the moment. Obviously you wouldn't use anything with plastic handles, but you can have two items going at the same time. I mean, and again, if you want the kettle down with the bars I'm going to make, that goes down, so your kettle can boil while you're cooking as well. But there'll be 2 or 3 different attachments that I'm doing for this. That's what they look like before they go on. The reason I go on to square bar, don't get me wrong, they do attach and they do grip, but I wasn't happy with it, so for a bit of fun I decided to try it at a square bar, because if you put the bend in the right place you end up with a good thing. So I mean, with the grips on the bar I've got to level them out a bit, but as you can see excuse me, it doesn't drop unless you maneuver the one end. So then it's got to have a bit of a tidy up and a tighten up yet, so but that's the plan. I'll do double bend, then I'll cut him off desired length, and then I'm going to put a cage on him like I have that one. I'll put you back, I'll turn you off for a minute, I'll put you on the stand, I'll bring you back and show you the tripods I made. Right, tripod, it's probably seen similar ones before. Right, you can actually set it up across the floor. Obviously you stick it in the ground, I can't stick it in the ground here, I've got a concrete floor and that's it. And then you put your chain on, obviously, to water your kettle. Anyway, if the ground's too hard, what you do, bounce this into there, so just that way, position him out, put your chain on, so we've hooked it through the wrong place, put the chain on, and you can just see it, but if I just move you down, and you've got the tripod. I did an extra big one. As you can see, this is square bar, and this is the same principle. You can use it as a spit roast, or you can use it just as a big tripod, as in that. You see that? You can't see the top now. I could do the cameraman here, I haven't got one. So, again, he sits up as one. And then obviously, when you want to take them apart, just unhook them. Obviously the ones with the 2 solid hoops is the ones that go across, the one with the gap is where you connect it. As I said, you stick it through the ground, into the ground, you can have a decent sized spit. Or as I've seen them do in America, they actually put this up as well, and then they hang all their pots and pans all the outside made up a fair few SEs, obviously we're going to need them for chains. So, but as you can see, it's that's why I haven't been out doing videos outside. I'm just throwing all over the floor. That's about it. Not a lot else into it. I'll just show you the furnace so you'll know what's happening. Hang on, this will take me a bit. And I'm a bit like Hawkeye, I got no idea on editing stuff, so anyway, but as you can see, it's definitely brightens it up. It keeps my unit warm as well, so it's doing 2 instead of 1. But I'll take this, it's 6mm bar. I'll give you a quick demo. It doesn't take too long. So, but like I said, that's the framework for them. So it takes a little bit of working out and thought, and when your brain don't work like mine because you're too old, it tends to get a bit too much. And I've got to work it out and arc it up so I get them all right. And then just trim the edges off, tack weld all that into place. Then I've got to do a couple, obviously the right size. That way, and that way, as you can see, then flick it over, work out where it's going to sit, and it should sit like that. Oh yeah, I forgot them. I've done a lot of hangers, so just chain hangers can go on. I've done it this way, so I mean, if you imagine one on there, not all of them, I used them as a demo. But as you can see, so all my mates are into cooking, you'll have to have a look. That's the big one. That's the 3-footer by 18. I've gone for these size, they're a bit easier to do. Well, not easier to do, but easier to handle. They are made out of 2mm plate, so they ain't exactly the lightest thing. It's not something you'd be hiking with. It's something that you'll actually take and leave at a permanent base. But I'll get on and... oh, hang on. As you can see, it warms it up nicely. I'm just going to keep going on through. Eventually there should be a nice big forge up in there. The workbench I built, I needed something. I was fed up and kneeling on the floor. I'm too old. So I just knocked up the workbench quickly. As you can see, as per usual, as people know me, I'm really tidy. That's why I can't find out ever find anything. I've got a bit more metal to carry on with, and I've got some more coming. So it's been one of them. I haven't done videos for a long time. I've had a lot going on in my personal life. Not now, it's all sorted, I hope. And we'll just keep going on now. Things are picking up nicely. So if I get it heated up enough, I'll give you a demonstration of the bending. We'll just try to think what I want to bend that for now. What have I done? Oh, there's one little thing I made. Nothing special. It's obviously quite easy. But stick that in the floor, and then you've got somewhere to hook. Like your lantern, I suppose. It's it is flexible a bit. It's only 8mm bar, so, but you stick that in the ground, hook your lantern on there, and you can swing him around. So, all good fun. Well, I'll get the tripod set up by the bender, and then we'll see where we go from there. Catch you in a bit. Just thought I'd mention as well, my forge is set up on a trailer. I built the trailer 3-4 years ago. Got to a certain point. Originally it was designed for fishing. I've got a lid to go on it and a back door to go on it. After getting into this, I've decided I'm going to hold fire on the door, on the thing, probably turn it into a bug out one. Could do with bigger wheels, but can't have everything. I suppose if I eventually get a Land Rover, at least I can drag it no matter what. But the metal's getting up to temperature. As soon as it gets back up, we'll get on and do a bit of bending for you, show you how it works. Back in a minute. Because of the battery on this, it's knackered, so I'll just change the battery and I'll bring you back. Right, well, when using hot metal, always think of health and safety. It's the last thing I ever think of, but always wear thick gloves. Right, we'll be alright, we'll get around that. We'll just do a quick bend. Sorry about the banging, but there's got to be a little bit. And there you go. Nice little loop, straight bar, so now I can convert it into a poker, a hanger, whatever. But nice thing about metal as well, is if you knacker it up, it don't take too much to actually level it straight back out. And yeah, I'm using an RSJ, can't afford an anvil, so right, next best thing, couple of pieces of RSJ. Make sure he straightens out, tack a weld, tidy it up with a grinder, sprayed, and then we'll have a poker. As you can see, it's good tight fit. There you go, there you go. So it's just be careful because it does stay up for a fair old while if you decide to have a go. But as you can see, I haven't got into the fancy twirl stuff yet. I will do, no doubt, at a later stage. But one of them. What else can I show you? Cool thing. 12mm bar. Into the furnace. We'll need the module furnace anyway for now. Obviously 12mm takes a little bit more heat in, so I'll turn you off and bring you back. I don't think my battery lasts that long, so we'll bring you back when it's hot. While I'm waiting for the metal to get hot, due to the fact that my gas is running low, I'll change the bottle in a bit. Obviously these are all loose. I think I'll just give you, don't worry about it if you do have a go and you cut them too small. Get used to your welder, you can fill in the gaps. I've got what they call a live table, that's the way I designed it, so I can use it without keep clipping everything on and off. Just clean the trade out a minute. And then it's a case of middle one. It's a bit warm. Most of them I line up by eye anyway, so if anybody ends up with one and they complain about it being uneven, that's probably because me and the tape measure don't get on. Right, I don't know if you can see this, hang on, I'll try and get you in if I can. But some of them, as you can see, there's a gap. You've got a gap between them. They're not over a gap, but You cheat with a lot of gaps. It's just a case of working it out. Get your back somewhere where you can see. Obviously you tack the one end, so that's holding it rigid. Obviously you can see that's not even touching. But if you fill it in with your welder, there you go. Turn it over to, what I tend to do now is I'll spot them all, then I'll go to the corner so it's sort of a, and then as I said I go to the corner, so you go, excuse me a minute. The bang you heard is me welder because the gas shut and gets stuck, so I have to give it a clank every now and again. But there you go. As I said, it's going to be the same as that. Where are you? It's going to be this. Let me zoom out. That one, no, that's in, that's out. Oh, you're alright, right. Take you back a bit now. That's the one we just done. The one I just done. Where are they? Yeah, there somewhere. Out, he's warm, so that's why I'm using a bit of metal. Now, like I said, that's the one I've already done. So all I've got to do now is put the crossbars on, so you've got somewhere to locate it, which also makes it stiff and holds it together. Once I've done that, it's a case of bending the bars. I'll tell you what, doing cameras, this is why I don't do videos, they're crap. Right, where are you? Right, simple. Hang on a minute, that's what's wrong with me. It's better. Right. Simple little thing, washer, we're going to finish it off, tidy it up. That sits into the legs I've designed, because all the fires I've got, because a lot of campsites you're not allowed to have a fire on the floor, you're allowed barbecues and that, so I thought to bypass the problem, what I'd do is I'd put a foot legs on them, so you can raise it up a foot, and then you can have it now as it is, turn you around. That's just a nice big fire pit, or a 18 by 18 inch fire pit. As I said, all the legs, yeah, you can see, can you? Yeah, all the legs get them up tight, on slides. Let me just turn you around, make sure you can see that. Yeah, they're all on slides. So pack it away, you can either take the legs out, stick them inside, or just push them all the way up, or carry it as it is. Just that then, so it's on a nice flat surface. You turn up, you've got your two bars with the washers, self-explanatory really, because obviously you wouldn't put them in that way, because it's too low. So you put them in with your washers, they spin out the way. So you could leave them there, or you could just remove them. And then, it's self-explanatory again, the bars run to the outside, so obviously that one sits on there. And then you manoeuvre the grill And there you go. I'll just get you. I said you have a poker come with it, rake your coals over so it's nice and hot. You can have your kettle one side, your frying pan the other, or you can have a couple of frying pans and do it whichever way you want to round it. So, and then obviously when you're finished you can take it all off. Obviously it'll be warm so you lose the poker to lift it all out the way, put it on the floor, and then you've got yourself a nice open fire pit. If anybody's got any ideas, let me have them, please. I started, like I said, because of where we're going. You're getting funny there. Well, the fire, you're not allowed to have a fire pit on the main showground because it's a lovely place. It's like the main campsite is really nice and level, and it's a real nice grass, so he doesn't want it burnt up, which is understandable. That's why he came up with this idea. He does use 45-gallon drums, but somebody said there was a problem, so I decided to knock up a few. I've been taking a few down. A few of them are gifts. Most of you probably know who's going to get one now anyway, but there will be a few down there for grabs. If I decide to sell them, they won't be dear because I'm not doing it for the profit. I just want to cover me materials. Metal ain't that badly priced at the moment for me. I'll see if I can get permission. I'm going in later, so I'll take you with me and see if I can get permission to video my stockist where I get my metal from. I do cars, but I've gone mainly, I want to go blacksmith side. I want to get into hand making the stuff like I have done now, and then I do want to get posh. I want to be able to do twists, twirls, nice handles, but like I said, until I can get me forge set up, I'm sort of stuck really. So actually thinking about it, everybody likes watching a fire, so if where is it? If I wind you down, you won't go down there. Where are they? There you are. I know it's not a nice log fire, but at the end of the day it's a flame, believe it or not. With the frost we've just had, it kept me nice and warm in here. There you go. As you can see, the gas is low, so, but it is getting there. We shoot the back. Can you see? That's good enough. As you can see, it flickering away in there. I'll have to change the gas bottle shortly because I don't think it'll last much longer anyway. But you'd be surprised how much heat that gives out. As I said, once I get the proper forge done, I'll probably set something small like this up, just for, I wouldn't say quick heat, but if I haven't got a great deal to do, I won't bother setting up the big forge. But there again, when I've got the forge, it'll be bacon rolls and everything down here, so I'll just try to think if there's anything else. Not really. Any comments, please leave at the bottom. I'll try and keep you up to date with me this time. As I said, it's been a bit of a not knowing where you're going, what you're coming from. I didn't know if I was going to continue, but things have turned around for me a bit, so hopefully, fingers crossed, get Christmas over and done with and I'll be on an even keel again. Apart from that, I'll bring you back later if I get a chance. If I don't, I'll put this on and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget, you're doing anything like this, grinding, any sort of welding and that, protect your eyes. Trust me, my eyes I don't protect because, well, I'm not blind anyway, I think. But no, jokingly aside, protect your eyes. If you're welding, always use a mask. They're not that expensive. On eBay, this one's a reactor one. I don't think it'll work through there. No, the lens on that reacts as soon as you pull the trigger, it goes dark, it's great. And if you're using a plasma cutter, then you want a set of goggles. You want a set of goggles These are good, they're not expensive either. What you've got to remember to do, which is what I don't, is when you start, flick them down. What I tend to do is do my arc welding and then remember halfway through to do that. So, but they're not over. But apart from that, I'll either bring you back later or catch you in the next one. So any comments, please leave below. Any ideas, please let me know. And we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. Bye. Here you go, YouTube. I thought I'd just show you. Most people go to a camping shop and get excited. This is where I come when I want my metal. Underwoods, they've got a depot in Hereford and a depot in Worcester, but as you can see, you can have anything from RSJ, narrow pipe, box section, tubing, all your grilling, all the sorts of metal you come, and they can even shear. They got a metal shearer down there, which they can cut it into shapes for you. But just to give you an idea, I know you went into RSJs, but if you want bars, tubing, box section, circle, pipe, sorry, not circle, or can be circle. You can have anything you like, and if they ain't got it, they can normally order it in anyway. But if anybody's interested, look up Underwoods. And I'll show you inside the shop in a minute, because like I said, it's like, most people like sweet shops. This is like my toy store. I come here when I want my shop. Cut all my bar into sections, cut all my big angle into sections. They do checker plate, they do everything. So it ain't too bad. You mean I ain't limited on what I can get? You got imperial size stuff. They got the offcut rack, which they do when they do orders for people, they have offcuts, so you can buy the offcut. And if you want any welding supplies, I mean, you got all your nozzles, tips, all stuff for your cutters, masks, all bits and pieces. You'll see some of this when I build my forge, because this is what the centerpiece is and that's going to be like. And then you got all different stuff. You want a cannonball to fire at somebody, there you go. Have a nice size cannonball. If anybody's got a cannon out there, they do cannonballs as well. You can have them in smaller sizes. But like I said, most people go to a street shop and get happy. I get in here, I'm happy. And more masks, gloves, selection of tools, paints, WD-40, gloves, paints. They do all types of cutting discs, all different sizes. They got the lot. So, all good fun. Right, catch you later.